Good morning, everybody. I'm hoping everybody so far has had no issues with the online module currently. I did want to go through some training with you when it came to Google Drive, though, because some of you may be doing Google Drive in the morning. Some of you may be doing Google Drive in the afternoon session. So I wanted to go over some basics with you so we were all on the same page as you're getting ready to create your final product for this online module. So just so you're aware, you will need a Gmail account in order to access Google Drive products. Now, I do have on the module, which you've probably already seen, something that's labeled NCCVT Google Accounts. You're going to want to access that. That's the document that Mary Ann Scarborough sent out about a few weeks ago, detailing how to sign in to your NCCVT created Gmail account. And you'll probably want to use that account in regards to anything work related. So I would show you how to sign in, but in order to do this video for you, I had to already be signed into my Gmail account. So I apologize beforehand, but please let me know if you're having issues signing into the NCCVT Gmail account, and I'd be more than happy to help you. So you'll see that we're on the regular Google page here. Nothing special about this, but I wanted to teach you kind of how to get to Google Drive, some of the many features that it possesses. So you'll see up here, there are 9 gray squares. If you click on that, you'll see a host of Google apps that are absolutely free for you for just having a Gmail account. Now, if you're anything like me, I like to organize these tiles in a certain way. So if you click and hold on to it, you can actually drag these into any order in which you would like. Using Google all the time, I typically have my Gmail, my Drive, my Hangouts, and my YouTube relatively high on this list. But for today, we're just going to do and worry about Drive. So I'm going to have you go ahead and click on that for me. So it'll take a few seconds to load, and as you can tell, you'll see that I have a bunch of documents on my end, but you probably won't have anything on your end other than maybe a PDF on how to use Google Drive, but you won't really have to worry about that because I'll teach you all of the basics myself. So you'll see here on the left-hand side, you automatically are signed into what is known as My Drive. My Drive is any of the documents that you have specifically created yourself. Second, right below that, you'll have something called Shared With Me. And this is the folder that you'll want to access if anybody's created a document and has shared it with you in any capacity. So you'll see that quite a few people have shared documents with me. And these are not documents you have created yourself. These are documents that someone else has created that they are sharing with you. We also have recent. So if you're someone that forgets, oh man, I forget what I named that document, if you go into recent here, you can find the documents you've been working on in the most recent past. You have Google Photos here, which you'll see that I've used this for many of my workshops last year. You'll see that any pictures you upload here will be saved for you in cloud storage. You also have starred on the left-hand side. So these are documents that are extremely important that you want quick access to. And I'll show you how to star documents in the very near future. And you also have the trash. Anything that you no longer need, you'll throw right in there. So I'm going to go right back up to My Drive. Like I said, you're going to be lacking a lot of information here, but that's okay. This will grow over time. Now, what I do want you to pay special attention to is this little cog in the top right. When you hover over it, it says Settings. I'm going to ask that you go ahead and click on that. You'll see there are 4 options here. The most important one, to be honest, is the first one, where it says Settings. It will not only tell you how many free gigabytes you have left for storage, which it takes a lot to get up to 15 gigs. You'll also see this option here that says Convert Uploads. You'll want to make sure that this box is checked. And when you check it, any document that you import will automatically pop up so it can be edited by you through Google Drive itself. Without clicking this box, you will not be able to edit any documents that you upload. It's going to be uploaded in a traditional Word, PowerPoint, Excel, or PDF file. So if you want to edit the documents you upload, you'll want to make sure that this box is checked. And everything else is fine. You don't have to worry about checking or unchecking anything else. And then you'll hit Done up here. Now, for instance, if I were to click on this document over here, you'll see that quite a few new options have appeared up top. This first button, which we'll get to in the near future, will allow you to create a link that you can share with anyone you want to share it with. So if you created a document and you wanted the whole school to access this document, you would click on this button here. And actually, let me go ahead and click it. And you'll see that as of right now, you can copy and paste this link in an email and send it to the entire staff. You can also click on sharing settings. And you'll notice that anyone with this link can view the document, and that's all they can do. They can do nothing else but look at this document. And if you're going to share a link, more than likely you want this default option. But you can click on it, and you can allow them to comment on the document. So if you want them to provide you feedback but not change anything on the document, you want to make sure that this option is chosen. Or you can allow anyone who has this link to edit anything on the document. Now, this one's a little bit scary because, like I said, anyone can do with the document as they wish. There is a way to put it back in its original form, and I'm going to show you how to do that too. But be very cautious about this option. If I were you, and if I'm just emailing it to the staff because you want a lot of people to look at this link at one time, I would keep it at the default option, which is Can View. And then you would hit Done. Now, if I clicked on this document again, you'll see that the second option allows you to share with specific people. So let me go ahead and type in certain people that I would like to share in this Google document. So if I were to share it with Krista, you can see that since I've already shared a document with her, her email automatically pops up. And maybe I want to share it with Justin. So I got Krista Jimerson and Justin Comegys on this document. Now on the right-hand side, now that I know who I'm specifically choosing to share this document with, more than likely I'll probably let them edit the document. You can also limit them to only commenting or limit them to only viewing. But in this option, I'm going to allow them to edit. All right, now if we go back, if the same document's still clicked on, if you click on the third option, it will give you a quick snapshot of what the document actually looks like, which is pretty cool, especially if you're a little concerned about, oh man, I don't really remember exactly which document it is. This will give you an opportunity to preview the document before actually clicking on it. The fourth option is, of course, throwing it in the trash, or you can also click More Actions. So you can move it to a folder if you've created a folder. You can add a star. Remember, if you star it, it'll automatically go in this section over here on the left-hand side where it says Starred. You can rename the folder. You can download it as a Word document, as a PDF. You can make an additional copy, or you can view details, and I'll show you that in a second as well. Now, some people, I prefer this option where I can see all of my documents on the main screen and I get a little snapshot of what each one looks like. If you're a person that prefers a list, if you click this option here, it will give you a list view instead. But because I actually like to see the individual photos, it helps me to remember what each document is. I always have it in grid view. I just think it's a little bit easier for me. But please, by all means, if you prefer a list, you want to click this option here. And then lastly, if you want to view additional details of that document, you can see all the activity that took place. So at 2:36, I changed permissions on the item. I allowed anyone with the link to view this item, and it gives you a history of everything that you've ever done to this item, which is pretty cool. And if you click on details, it provides you yet again a little snapshot of what the document looks like. It tells you that anyone with the link can view, and you can see that the last time it was modified was on June 27th by me. It was recently opened 2:37 by me, and it was created on June 27th within Google Docs itself. And you can add a description if you feel the need to. So those are all the options on the main page. That's before I've even created a document at all. If you want even more options than the options that I've shown you, you can also download Drive on your Mac or your PC, and that allows you access to edit any of your documents offline. So if you like to continue to edit while you're not online, or for whatever reason the wireless cuts off, you won't lose access to any of your files. You have access to each and every single one of them. You can edit each and every single one of them. And when the wireless turns back on, it'll automatically make those changes in the cloud for you. So here are some of the extra perks of Google Drive that I love. The first one is this is easily accessible on any device that you have connected to wireless or that you have connected to an Ethernet cable. You can access this device on a Mac, a PC, your cell phone, any sort of tablet. Anything that can be connected to wireless, you have access to your documents. So it's not just stuck on one computer anymore. You can access this anywhere. Another thing that I like about it is it's cloud-based, which is why it can be accessed from any computer. If I change anything on my work computer and I want to go home and continue to make changes, I can. Everything's connected through wireless alone. I also like that they give you additional storage as well. They give you 15 gigs, which is a really, really nice starting point. I have hundreds of documents here, and none of these here are in any of these folders. These folders are completely separate. So I have a ton of information. So let's actually go into the creation process itself. So you'll see on the left-hand side this button that says New. When you click on that, you'll be given a host of options. This gives you the opportunity to create folders. And if you're an organized person, you'll want to use folders because, especially in the positions that you guys have, you guys are constantly creating and looking and sharing and collaborating and editing documents all the time. And it'd be useful to create those folders. So when I click on it, it's as easy as just naming the folder. So I'll name it Test and then Create. And you'll see that it shows up here for you if you right-click it. You also have the option to share this folder with anybody. You can share it via a link. You can move to another folder. You can star a folder. You can even change the folder color as well. I'll make this red. You can rename the folder. You can view additional details, download, or remove it completely. So our folder is created. If we go back to the New, we can also upload files or folders. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. So you can see that I have quite a few documents here. I'm going to upload the NCC VT Google accounts. And you can see that it's already complete, automatically done for me, very, very fast. And if I go to the bottom here it is, NCC VT Google accounts. And because I selected that option in settings, I can edit it as needed. Now, if I wanted to drag this file into that folder, I can just click on it and I can scroll upwards, which obviously is going to be relatively slow, and then I can drop it into the folder itself. Or if I actually clicked into the folder, I could have clicked New and I could have uploaded right into that folder itself. Now, right now I'm using Safari. If you're using Chrome, Chrome is Google's browser. And obviously Google Drive is owned by Google. So if you're using Chrome, you have a few more perks than if you're using another browser. The beauty of using Chrome is you can upload folders of files. which you cannot do if you're using Safari, Internet Explorer, or Firefox. If they only allow you to upload a file piece by piece, which is extremely long and will take forever. But if you use Chrome, you'll be able to click New, you'll be able to click File Upload, and you'll be able to upload full folders that can have upwards of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of documents. So just another cool piece of information. Now that you're in this folder, if you wanted to get back to the previous screen, you can always click My Drive here, or go back on the left and click My Drive here. Either one is completely fine. So let's actually create a document. So we're going to go back into New here, and here are quite a few options for us. The very first one is Google Docs, which acts just like Microsoft Word. We have Google Sheets, which acts just like Microsoft Excel. We have Google Slides, which is just like Microsoft PowerPoint. And then you've probably seen a lot of people use this, Google Forms. That's how you create surveys. Now you also have the ability for Google Drawings, which is kind of like the paint feature on PCs, and Google My Maps, which is a pretty cool feature, especially within the classroom, where you can use Google Maps to kind of create lessons and that you can use with your students. Connect More Apps gives you the opportunity to connect additional apps that Google utilizes within the Google Drive platform. And there are tons to look at. And I could create my own separate module for this. But for right now, I just want to let you know that this is an option. So if you're looking for additional functionality within Google Drive, please, you have tons of apps that you can download for free that you can use right away within Google Drive. So let's go back. Let's actually create a document. So let's go click on New. We'll create Google Doc, and you'll see that a new tab opens up, and you'll also notice that it looks kind of like a Microsoft Word document, which is pretty cool. In the top left here, you always want to name your document first, so we'll call this Test, and you'll see that you can type into it, Test. This is awesome. I wish we had this in high school. And voila. And you can see that all the options that you would have in Microsoft Word are available to you right here as well. Now what's cool about this is now that we're in the document, you can go ahead and start this document right away. And you can automatically move this document to a folder as well. So if we click on My Drive, it takes you back here, and then you can click on the folder that you want it to go to, and you're good to go. My Drive. And we are going to go to the one we've called Test, and we'll move it right there. So Test has been moved from My Drive to the Test folder. Perfect. So you'll see that we also have the ability to print right from here. We can change the font, we can change the font size, so on and so forth. What's also neat is you can go up here where it says File, and you'll see that you can download. So it gives you to download this file in multiple formats. So you can download this as a Microsoft Word file, open document format file, a PDF document, a plain text document. Those are all there available for you. You can also just straight up use this link and publish it on a website that you may have. You can also hook this up to your Outlook and email this page as an attachment to anyone that you so desire. So tons of functionality here, a lot of really cool things. And when you share it with others, you'll see that when you hover over the document, you'll get this little option here. It says add a comment, or you can just add a comment up here as well. So if I highlight school, I'll click this option, and I can go come back to this later on today. And that comment's there for you. So if you share this document with someone else, you remember the option where you can allow them to comment? Well, when you sign back into this, you can have a ton of comments, which is pretty cool, especially if you're looking for feedback, you're looking for grammatical mistakes. If someone thinks that you might want to reword something or add additional detail, you'll have all of their comments lined up on the right-hand side for you. Once you fix it, you can go ahead and hit resolve. It automatically goes up into this comment button here, and this provides you a comment history. So even though you hit resolve, if for whatever reason you need to go back and refresh your memory on what some of those comments were, they will all be logged up here for you. Now, unfortunately, no one's here to mess around with this file with me, but if you were to share this document and someone else clicked on it, there would be a little icon here that would say chat. And if you clicked on it, a chat window would pop up. And you would be able to IM one another as you're working on this document. And as many as up to, I believe, if I am not mistaken, I believe you can have up to 18 people working on the same document with one another. So as I'm sitting here typing, I could have Justin Knoll typing on this document as well. I could have Sylvia Manlove working on this document. I could have Lynn Cox working on this document. We could all be working on different parts within the same document, and we can all see what each person is doing. Now, another important feature is here's this blue share button again. As of right now, you can see that it's private only to me, but if you were to click on that, you have the option to get that shareable link yet again, or you can share with certain people. So yet again, I will go with Justin because he's already in there. I'll go with Krista, and I'll give them the option to just comment, and I would hit the send button, but of course I don't want them to see this document, so I won't. The moment I hit the send, they will get an email stating that you've shared this document with them, and they can go in and do whatever access you've provided to them. Now, another cool feature is, I'm just going to write random things here because I want you to see certain things that we have access to, is if you can see here, kind of focus your attention where the mouse is. If I type in something, you'll see that it goes straight to saving. Another cool feature of Google Drive, the days of having to save because God forbid something happens and everything gets ruined, that doesn't happen anymore. So that's in the past. This automatically saves everything for you. If you were to click on this, where it says all changes saved in Drive, it will actually give you a revision history. So you can see at 2:51, this is what the document looked like. But when I first started it at 2:45, obviously there was absolutely nothing here. And it's going to be a lot more detailed than this because obviously I haven't done much with this document. I can show more detailed revisions, which is found here at the bottom. And you can see that at 2:45, the document was blank. At 2:46, I wrote that sentence. At 2:49, I added that period. And at 2:51, I added additional text. If at any point, like I said before, you shared this document with somebody and they've completely destroyed your document, or they've added a bunch of material you didn't want on it, you can go back to revision history. I'll go back to 2:46. I'll hit restart this revision, and voila. It takes it back to an earlier build of that same document. So there's really no fear of someone kind of destroying your document because if you are the one that created this document, you have the sole power to go back in time and change it back to something you've used previously. So a lot of cool features here. This is probably one of my favorites. The students love it, teachers love it. And another cool feature is, let's say that I had other people on this document with me. You can see that anything in green are revisions made by me, Nick Schaefer. Let's say, for instance, Justin Knoll was on this document and he was typing. Justin Knoll's revisions would also be seen here, and I would know exactly who typed what. Justin would be giving a separate color completely. So you can see here that whatever I typed was in green. Whatever Justin Knoll typed could have come up as red. So if you're trying to see, who contributed what to a certain document or to a certain presentation, you have that access too, because it will show you who submitted what, and it will provide each person a different color. So yet again, just quite a few new, interesting, cool tidbits to this Google Doc platform. So as of right now, I'm pretty much done with this. These are pretty much the biggest features. So I'm going to get out of this tab here by hitting the X. It'll take me back to the start. If I scroll down, oh, that's right, I put it in the folder, excuse me. Let me go click in my test folder. We'll see that the document I just created was right here. I'm going to go ahead and scrap that document, no longer need it. And I'm going to go back to my drive. And let's go ahead and click New and click Google Slides. Now this is going to pop up. It's going to look just like Microsoft PowerPoint. You'll click a theme on the right-hand side. So let me go ahead and click on one. And you'll see that just like PowerPoint, it kind of gives you the same features. Only there are just a few new things here as well. So let me go ahead and hit test. So I can, yet again, comment on this document. I can also share this document with others. So if I'm working on slide 1, Sylvia could be working on slide 2, and Natasha could be working on slide 3. You can also print from here. If you click File, you'll also be able to download in multiple formats, PowerPoint being one of those. You can automatically scrap it if you want to scrap it, move to a folder already created, make a copy, rename, so on and so forth. But one other feature that I really like is YouTube is owned by Google. And I don't know how many people know that. So they built YouTube into this platform. A lot of times Microsoft PowerPoint is really finicky and students end up just putting a link right into the document itself. And that's no longer needed here. If you go into Insert, you'll see that we'll have an option Video here. If you click on that, you can actually import a YouTube video right through this search box here. Or if you already have the URL because you were looking at videos earlier, you can click that and paste it and hit select. So I don't know. Let's just see what happens if I type in St. George's Technical High School. So we have a case study. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And I'm going to, or if I wanted to watch it first, you can always hit the play button. So you can actually watch the videos through here as well before you actually select it. But I forgot about this. We did Thriller a few years ago at our pep rally, and I always loved this video. So I'm going to click that. I'll hit select, and then there it is. It's automatically put into your document for you. When you want to play it, you actually want to hit present, and it'll be ready to be played when you're ready to show it to staff or students. So just a cool feature built into Google Slides that you do not have access to within PowerPoint itself. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this tab here. Since I did not put that into a folder, you'll see that it's the last document here, and I'll trash that as well. Not anything new to show, and there's nothing new to show in Google Sheets. It's kind of just like Excel. It has the same functionality with docs and slides. You'll have the ability to, of course, file, download as any other formats. You'll also be able to comment and share these documents as well. But there's nothing super crazy extra here that's not already offered in Microsoft Excel itself. But a lot of people have shown interest in Google Forms. So let me go ahead and show that to you. So Google Forms is a platform to gather data. So you can create quizzes, you can create tests, you can create surveys, and it will collect that data for you. So you'll see quite a few options here. Up here at the top, you can change the color palette in the background. So maybe I want red. Or if you want to be really fancy, you can actually upload a picture by clicking this option here or choosing an option that's already been pre-selected by Google itself. You can upload your own photos, or you can pull in a photo from your pictures that are built into Google Drive. So I'm just going to create the jelly bean one. I'll hit select, and you can see that the theme has changed. You can also preview what would it look like if I were to take the survey. Since we haven't built it yet, of course, there isn't much to look at. You can also hit settings here. This gives you kind of more power than you probably really need. You can limit to one response. So if you were to send this survey out to the staff and you only wanted one person, or if you only wanted one response per person, you can select this. The only issue is they also have to have a Google account and they will have to sign in to take your survey, and they might not want to do that extra step, or they may not want it tied back to them on a personal level, and they may not take the survey at all. So I always keep this unchecked. We try to keep it as anonymous as possible. You can also have respondents edit after they submit. I always click that off, because if you want data, what good is data if it's constantly changing over time? Especially if you're collecting data and then the next time you go and check it, people have gone back in and changed their answers. And you can see summary charts and text responses. That's if you want people to see it. You probably don't want people to see that either. If you're collecting the data, you probably only want to collect the data for yourself. You probably don't want the world to see the data that you're collecting. If you go in the presentation, you can show a progress bar. Not really needed unless the survey's extensively long. You can shuffle the question order, which is really if you're making a quiz or a test. And you can show a link to submit another response, which is probably not needed as well. You probably only want each person to submit or to take the survey once. It always has a confirmation message when they're done the survey. You can change that. I kind of like the default one, your response has been recorded. It's pretty simplistic, but of course you can change that up if you prefer. And I'll just type in test. If you were to create quizzes, you would actually click yes here, and then it gives you further options on what people can or cannot see, but we won't worry about that right now. I just want it to be a survey, so I'll click it off. So now that we've kind of clicked on those, let's go ahead and name our survey, test survey for the showcasing of Google Drive services. And we have a question here. So when you click on the question itself, it will allow you to upload a picture if you'd prefer to have a picture. It will allow you to upload a YouTube video if you'd like them to see a YouTube video. You can add another title or description if you prefer to have multiple sections. You can add additional questions. You can change the questions if you prefer. You can duplicate certain questions. You can trash questions. You can make questions required. And you can also go to a section based on answer and shuffle the option order, or get a description of what this question is asking. Like I said, tons of features, but to make this simplistic, because I don't want to be on here talking to you guys forever, let's just go, do you like pizza? Yes, no, and we'll keep it as simple as that. We will make it required. We want everybody to answer that question. So let's go here. We'll add a new question. Do you like ice cream? And then you know what? Let's change the question type. Let's make it a short answer. And then we'll have them type in yes or no. If you do, which kind do you prefer? So yet again, just kind of showcasing some of the different options that you have. If I wanted to upload a picture, let's go create a new question. I can create the picture icon. I can upload a picture. I can take a snapshot. I can go to my albums, which is what I'll do. I'll click Mario here. I'll select him. And then I'll ask, do you like Mario? And we can make this our, Mario is a real human being. We can make this a true or false question. Change it up a little bit. True, false. We can make this required, and you get the point. So you just keep going and you keep going. Like I said, you can upload a YouTube video. Let's do cat playing on piano. We'll select it. We'll hit select. There'll be a new video. Do you find this entertaining? And then so on and so forth. So quite a few options. If you wanted to, switch up the order of the questions, you can click here. You can drag and drop the order of the questions. Certain questions you might want required, certain questions you might not want required. However the case may be, at the end, when you have officially felt like your survey is perfect, you will hit send. And you can either send it to specific individuals. You can write a message to them, and you'll probably want to click yes. You want to include it in a form of an email. You can add collaborators. So if you want multiple people working on this document with you, you can do that. Yet again, you're going to add additional people. So we'll add Justin and Krista. We'll allow them to edit. I want them to know that I'm sharing this to them, and I'll hit send. You can also prevent editors from changing access and adding new people. So you might want that too. Maybe you don't want them to change or allow other people to work on this document with you. So I'm going to hit cancel. Of course, I don't want anybody to see this yet. We'll hit done. If I go back up to send, yet again, you can always hit this option. You can hit shorten the URL, and you can copy and paste this in an email and send it to the staff. You can also embed the survey into a video if you like to embed it into a video or onto a website. And you can also share it on Google+, Facebook, or Twitter if you'd prefer to maybe share it out to parents that way. So that's pretty much it for Google Forms. Once you've sent it out and the people are actually answering your surveys, if you click back into the survey, you'll see responses. You'll click on that tab, and all of the responses will be collected here for you. If at any point you don't want people to take the survey anymore, you can click this option off, and the survey will now no longer work. So if someone else clicks it, it will be a broken URL, and it will tell them that the survey is no longer on and is no longer functioning. But you can make that call. You can make the survey on all the time, or you can give it a deadline if you'd prefer it that way. You can also create a spreadsheet by clicking this guy here. It will open it up in a Google Sheet for you. So let's go ahead and hit test. Even though I have no responses, we'll create a new spreadsheet. We'll hit create, and you'll see it opens up a new tab, and it will have a timestamp, and it'll give you the answers to what everybody had selected. So those are kind of quite a few items there for you. Here's the survey. Here's the spreadsheet. I'm going to trash both of those. I don't want them anymore. And those are kind of some of the cool functionalities that you can find on Google Drive. So hopefully you found this valuable. And like I said, at any time, please feel free to let me know if you need assistance. I'd be more than happy to work with you one-on-one or in a small group. Just reach out to me. And thank you guys again for your time. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thank you.